Hey guys, what's going on? So, back on the PTR again. Firstly, really big thanks to everyone for supporting those Covenant videos. Hope you enjoyed them, and the Fury one is coming out soon, so don't hold your breath too long. That'll probably be out tomorrow. I had a lot of videos scheduled for this, like the end of this month, thinking that patch 9.1 would be a little bit further away, but it's good news that it's coming out earlier. But obviously, that's kind of why we're getting daily videos again. I had once every 2 days before. So, yeah, big thanks if you can like, comment, and subscribe to these videos. It really, really helps the channel out. It means that I can keep doing this. And we have coaching and Discord with a whole bunch of content and stuff ready for 9.1 in the description below. So this video is a bit of a shame, but also hopefully this is a warning and a bit of a prompt to anybody who is looking to gear alts or even gear their main. So firstly, I think a lot of people, including myself, have leveled up alts in anticipation of 9.1, thinking that, hey, the gear there is pretty good, but I actually didn't look at the gear until recently. Let's firstly talk about conflict gear, right? Sorry, Conquest gear. This guy's just called Master of Conflict. So Conquest gear scales to 233, so obviously an upgrade against the 226 stuff, but not that much. So the big change with gearing is that all the PvP gear goes up 13 eye levels, which is good, right? Decent change. It means that people don't feel compelled to do PvP at a high level to do PvE. But, also if you're a PvPer, you're getting access to higher eye level gear pretty quickly. And once you're full Conquest, I think you should have higher eye level, or at least equivalent to the gear in PvE. And we can actually just check that. I actually didn't check that yet. So if we go to Mythic gear is, let's see, Kel'Thuzad, 259, right? That's Mythic gear, and then this Mythic gear here, there's an Epic Bow, which is really interesting. I think that's cool. Yeah, about 259 on everything, a Legendary Bow. Yeah, 259, cool. And actually, I got a piece that I opened, and the Duelist gear, the max eye level you can get is 259. However, it is 246 outside of PvP. My thoughts on that are mixed. Like, it's nice, it's good, but if you are able to access Mythic raids early, you're going to have full 259 gear earlier than somebody who's just doing PvP, just because you can really only get 2 pieces, even if you're getting Duelist consistently. So that, and like a lot of the top tier PvEers, will likely be Duelist as well. So think of that as you may, but not really the main focus of the video. So the big thing is that the gear actually isn't that much different to the current max eye level you can get right now. So at rank 0, obviously, most people are going to be able to rank this up pretty quickly to at least 2 or 3 upgrades. It's exactly the same as the elite weapon, but obviously the elite weapon you can have at the start, whereas for people who don't have the elite weapon, you're going to have to save up 1800 Conquest, which is going to take you quite a while, similar to how you had to do this season, which means that for a lot of PvPers, you might actually benefit from picking something earlier like this or this, while other people have to wait for their weapon if you already have 233. Pretty annoying. I think generally the thing that sucks is that the eye level of just all gear right now that you have at the end of season 9.0, if you're Duelist or Gladiator, right, same eye level 226, is only 6 eye levels different to the max eye level that you get unranked. So a lot of people who have already been 2400 are coming into those first arenas with equivalent-ish of full Conquest gear. Unranked, obviously, but it'd be the equivalent of starting the patch if you had eye level 200 Conquest gear on every piece, or maybe more close to eye level 197 at the start of the season, last season, without actually having to spend any honor to upgrade that stuff. So all this stuff is already going to stay. As you can see, the Duelist pieces are a pretty considerable upgrade, and I have one from doing the Vault. I opened my Vault on the PTR and it gave me one. But still, I think kind of lame of them to do that. I would have just appreciated the first, at least Epic, to be better than your first Elite. But I mean, you can upgrade it. Be that as it may, the real bullshit comes for people who aren't geared right now, who are on alts, because you might be looking at this PvP P vendor, the blue one, right? Because you can really only buy like one piece of thing in the first week with Conquest, and you might get one from the vault, and then like it ends up being about one a week from the vendor, and then one a week from the vault. So it's going to take you a while. So you're going to go to the blue gear, but the blue gear starts at 177. It scales to 190, right? So that sounds from face value at upgrade level 1, not like a bad deal for a new alt. However, what happens is when you go, and I actually have already upgraded this, you can upgrade this to rank 3 straight away if you have the honor. But like the highest you can upgrade it in the first week will be renown 43, I imagine. So that's 216 eye levels. So you're still going to be about 16 eye levels on every piece, and you're going to have to farm this insane amount of honor and buy the new gear. So the reason why that's really bullshit is think about how much honor each of these items are going to take you to farm. Right, so you have to buy the weapon. Let's take the two-handed weapon, for instance. 1800 honor, let's just round up. 1800 honor for the eye level 177 weapon, right? And then if you go to, like, before, maybe I just buy another one to show you the first 2 ranks. So 1800, and then we do this. Wrong weapon. This one. So 1000 honor, so we're at 3000 honor now. And upgrading to level 4 would be 4,250 honor. And then from that point, 420, the first, like, kind of big jump is 8,250 honor overall. And then you need another 7,000 to get it maxed out in the first week. So you're already looking at about, on a cap, 15,000. And then if you want to max it out later in the season, 25,000, 13,000. So it's 38,000 honor to upgrade a weapon to a piece of gear that is literally less relevant than the epic from last season. Which I think, and you can only access Renown 59 6 weeks from now. The only thing you're going to be able to get for your alt to begin with is this, 216 eye level. And that's if you seriously put a whole bunch of time farming honor to get every single piece upgraded, which for a lot of your alts, you're not going to be able to do. Really, really lame of Blizzard to do, because it just means that people coming in with full 226 have an advantage. And by the way, for anyone thinking that this means that this is the scale, like this isn't the scaled eye level, that actually is. When you compare it on the upgrade vendor, it shows you on the left hand side, that's the PvP scaled item, and on both sides. So as you can see, this item here is 197 scaled. It's normally 184 eye level, and this goes to 197 there, and it can be maxed out at 216. I don't know if this is like raw, like 100% if you can just upgrade it, like this is including all the other ranks. I really hope so. But regardless of that fact, like maybe the number's not correct if you can upgrade it to the max, but still the fact that I need to get a full honor cap to upgrade the weapon is kind of lame, and it's still not better than what people had last season. So I would be kind of hesitant to go and I think it's really lame of Blizzard to have made the eye level gear from PvP so low eye level to begin with and cost so much honor. When people have consistently mentioned that as an issue. And the fact of the matter is, if you, at the start of a season, like, there should be an incentive for everyone to grind this new gear because it's so much better, right? This new blue PvP gear. It's sort of how every other season, like most other seasons go. However, with this season, you are getting a huge benefit of bringing in your full 226 and your 233, because the first thing you can do is focus on spending all your honor on upgrading your epic gear, and then getting the vault and doing all the other things in the game apart from BGs. So, what are my recommendations from this? If you're like putting off farming Conquest, I honestly think farming Conquest in 9.1, if you're a rival or something, maxing out your gear at 220 is going to be way more beneficial than trying to upgrade this. Even if you're low eye level, like if you're starting in at like eye level 200 or something, and you can get to 216, 220, that's going to be way more efficient to do now with Conquest gear than it is to try and farm up the blue gear from the new patch. It's seeming like the blue gear I would not recommend many people to go for, just because unless you have to get it, it's going to take you so much time to upgrade all that stuff to rank 5, especially on all your alts, right? So really, really something that I think is kind of lame for Blizzard to do when I don't think anyone had an issue with giving everybody a fair start, especially for alts. Like, you want more people to play, right? So what I recommend for everyone, like I said before, gear up your alts as much as possible with the Conquest gear. See if you can get that going in. If not, then prepare for the worst almost. You're going to be sitting there in a lot of BGs, a lot of RBGs. And hopefully my calculation of the honor is wrong, but even so, because that seems a bit ridiculous, like 28,000. I think realistically, you could probably just rank it from 1 to 7 straight away instead of having to rank it each time. So realistically, you're probably looking at about 15, an honor cap to upgrade a weapon, half an honor cap for like, or 3/4 of an honor cap for like a chest piece, stuff like that. Still kind of lame, not as bad as I was sort of making it out to be at the start, but the other thing is that the max island we can get it is 216, which is still worse than, firstly, the gear that you can get from, it's the equivalent of Castle Nathria Heroic. Mythic Castle Nathria has better gear. And then Sanctum of Domination normal starts at, let's see, 226. So it's worse than normal Sanctum of Domination. Let's see, is it worse than Raid Finder? It is pretty much the same as Raid Finder gear, which, although not that different to how it's gone now, in Shadowlands at the start, everyone had to deal with that honor, or they had to do Mythic Plus to gear at the start. This time, anyone who's gotten 2400 is going to have a really strong lead in the first few weeks of the season, where you do actually get a lot of rating and a lot of MMR that you can kind of keep on and hold on to. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to heaps of people if you put time in at the start. So guys, hope this was useful to you. Let me know what you guys think. Is this, something that you're thinking about? Did you know this? I didn't really know this. I actually only just tested it then. I didn't realize how low it goes. And I think it's kind of lame that 6 weeks is how long it takes to access the same gear we have at the end of this patch for anyone who isn't 2400 pretty much. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace out.